Massive injury update for the Buccaneers. Some very much needed good news has finally come in. We have the Bills coming up. We're going to be wearing our red and pewters. Finally, we'll be streaming this game. Just can't wait. And there is a key player who has a chance to play this weekend. Now, it's not guaranteed, but it is something that is very much coming on the horizon. I'm Sebastian with Buccaneers Digest. Welcome back, everybody. I've been waiting to make this video because there is a very awesome player, a fan favorite, a sleeping giant, as you will, but maybe in smaller size, that has been waiting to come back. And we got to get into this because it's just very exciting news. Drop a like, drop a comment, and drop a subscribe if you can. We're trying to make it to 3,000. It would be meaning a lot if you could. It's free, whatever you want to do. But we are going to be streaming this game this coming Sunday, so I'm very excited to be doing that. Make sure you're there. So once you subscribe, you can hit the bell and get ready to watch that with us if you'd like. But anyway, let's just jump right into it because there's a lot of really exciting things to talk about here. Specifically, the fact Bucky Irving, Rick Stroud, he reported that possibly big Bucs news. Bucky is participating in the walkthrough practice, and Ben Bredesen is also working. Irving has not played since September 28th due to a foot and shoulder injury. And then Todd Bowles had to say it was a walkthrough. He's limited today. We'll see what he does tomorrow and Friday. It's good to have him back out there. It's the first step to working his way back. This is awesome. I mean, I am just thrilled to hear about this. This is a picture from the walkthrough today. I mean, listen, it's not a guarantee he's going to play against the Bills. But at this point, considering what he's doing, I'd be shocked if he's not back before the Rams game. I mean, it's just a matter of contact. And we'll see. Maybe, shoot, he could even play this week. It's just so good to see him back on the field. We all thought when he got injured that it was going to be like a 1-2 week thing at most. It has been much longer than that. Fans have been obviously very concerned when we'll be seeing him back again. But it sounds like we're getting our guy back. And his energy, what he brings to that running back room, and just how he really expands our offensive capabilities cannot be underestimated and it cannot be overstated how much he means to this team, just in an attitude sense. Like, it's crazy how physical he is for just packed into this small body and how versatile he is. He's a great pass catching back. And, of course, he's an all-three down running back. It's something special. I think he runs just like Barry Sanders. I'm not saying he is Barry Sanders, but shoot, I think it's possible if he can stay healthy. Just because he's one of a kind. And, fan favorite for a reason. He had over 1,000 rushing yards last year. Obviously, that's going to be hard to do for him this year. If he can stay healthy, shoot, anything's possible with Bucky Irving in the backfield. So I would really love to have a weapon back for this offense. Going up against a Bills team who has their own explosive running back in James Cook, we need something to match that. Ibuka is great. Do not get me wrong. But if we have Ibuka and Bucky, and I don't want to forget Tez Johnson or Sterling by any means, but those guys would really bring out the best of this offense, and it's just huge. And Baker feels the same way as well. He said that I had to tell him to slow down a little bit. I know obviously he's trying to get back. He's a guy that loves to be on the football field, and we love having him out there. Whenever he's ready, we'll get him in there. He looks good today, but it's just good having Bucky's energy out there. So this is just a matter of like, he was like, it's funny like seeing them try and take pictures while he was at the practice. It looks like a Bigfoot picture. But no, his presence is more than just a playmaking ability. He rejuvenates around all the guys around him. He brings the best out of his guys, and just his ability to make guys miss tackles and juke guys out of their shoes. I'm just waiting for the day that he hurdles somebody because I think it's on the table. I think it will happen one day. But until then, and hopefully he doesn't injure himself doing that, but until then, we just want him back on the field and doing Bucky things. And it's just he's been very all over the place on social media, just like sending like not cryptic, but he's been like very funny and goofy on social media. He wants to be back out there, and it's funny. Baker's telling him to slow down. Like, listen, it's okay. Like you got to go at the pace that the coaches want you to go at. Otherwise, you might hurt yourself again, or you might like being too eager can hurt an athlete. It's almost like it's a mindset of once you finally get back onto the field after like months of not playing, there's like this sense of like you're trying to overcompensate for the lost time, and then that creates more problems. So I like the leadership that Baker's showing. I like that he's telling him to slow down and just keep it all in perspective. We're at 6-3. We're very much just safe in the division lead for now. So it's just a matter of keeping our eyes on the goal, winning this week and then winning the next week and then keeping that going. We have to prove ourselves again that this is a good team, and this is not just a playoff team, but this is a contending team. People have kind of pushed us to the side and said, okay, they had that good win against the Seahawks, but they lost the Eagles, the Lions, and it's like, I mean, and then last week, obviously, it's to the Patriots. It's you're there's this sense now that the Bucs could be pretenders instead of contenders, and I want to prove them wrong so badly, and I know Bucky does too. And that's the thing is, the more weapons come back, the more that this team is really going to look like themselves again. But we have to make sure that everyone's staying focused on their job and not doing too much. And I know Bucky, of all players, is probably the player who can do the most. I mean, like excluding Mike Evans and Baker and Godwin and you know what? I could just go down the list. They all have their own skill sets and the way that they contribute to the team. But at the same time, I know I'm rambling a little bit, but it's just really exciting to see him back on the practice field doing walkthroughs. Scott Reynolds from Pure Report had to say, although Bucky Irving hasn't been as productive as a runner this year with just 237 yards on 71 carries, he's averaging 3.3 yards without any rushing touchdowns, the Bucs have missed his big play ability and knack for generating big explosive runs. Both said that the team will not practice in pads this week, so they will have to test his shoulder in other ways prior to clearing him to return to game action. So I have heard that he is lifting, like he's lifting weights, he's doing all kinds of stuff like that, and he's running like normal. The ankle isn't the injury anymore, it's his shoulder. It's just a matter of can he take hits on his upper body, because that's just a necessary part of being a running back. It's inevitable. You can't avoid that forever. So does Bucky feel comfortable doing that, or is there the fact that they're kind of still wrapping him in bubble wrap a little bit, just like we don't want to do contact yet, tells me it feels like there's less of a chance he plays this week and more of a chance he plays next week against the Rams. So we'll see, though. He's a tough guy. I know he wants to be out there. I think if it was up to Bucky, he'd be playing this week, but the coaches have to be able to read between the lines a little bit. So I trust them on that decision. I think that we can win without him. Obviously, our chances increase with him on the field, but the fact that his return is very imminent is just super, super exciting. So question is for you guys, how do you feel about Bucky Irving's return being pretty soon? Do you feel like it's going to make a big difference, or are you more worried about him getting re-injured? Where's your confidence level on the Bucs offense? Do you think it's a matter of whether Baker can make the plays and not really Bucky? I think the running game is obviously not the best in the league by any means, but it's still not bad. And I think that, listen, we're missing Bredesen right now. The Bulls said that he's not expected to play, so we're missing both of our starting guards. So that's going to be an issue, but at least we have the outside part of the offensive line still there. It's just a matter of, can we run through between the tackles, or do we have to run outside the entire time? Because if we do, I'd like this to be a Sean Tucker game if Bucky can't play. So that's just a matter of strategically, how do you manage this game? The Bills they have a very intense defensive line. So it's going to be a battle. And Baker's going to be fighting for his life. It's in Buffalo. So, it's getting a win is going to be hard, but I think that they can do it. Bills just got blown out by the Dolphins, so they're angry. And the Bucs are angry because we just lost to a good team with the Patriots. So both teams coming in with something to prove, and it should be just a crazy, crazy game like always. But anyway, again, tell me what you think. I'm just very, very excited. Or just express your enthusiasm. Give me some Bucky chants in the comments. But until the next video, guys, I'll see you then.